What is the best anime ever made? A seemingly difficult question with a surprisingly simple answer, because at the end of the day, both good and bad are subjective, therefore the answer is always the same. It depends. It depends on what you enjoy, it depends on how it makes you feel, it depends on whether you care about the well-being of your family, because if you answer anything but FMA, they will personally kick in your door and murder your entire... According to MyAnimeList, however, Kaguya-Sama Love is War is the best anime ever. You might look at this and think, this can't be, this is preposterous. FMA is the perfect anime written and directed by God. Only FMA can perfectly execute the same height joke 27 times in one episode. It's the only thing that can make my pee-pee hard nowadays. If this is you, consider this. Get fucked, nerd.
Let's go! Too easy, dude. Let's give me that crown.
Now you might think to yourself, oh god, if only there was an incredibly funny and attractive man who can explain exactly what is Kaguya-Sama, why it is so popular, and how did it become the best anime ever made. Well, you're in luck. Because Mother's Basement made a perfectly written, grammatically correct, 2-hour-long essay explaining just that. Alternatively, you can also listen to my autistic rambling for the next 5 minutes of your life. Kaguya-sama wa Kokarasetai, better known as Kaguya-sama Love is War in the West, or Kaguya-Comrade, Love is a totally humane political conflict in Russia, is a romantic comedy or rom-com following the lives of the student council of Shuichin Academy, the most prestigious school in the fictional location of Tokyo, Japan. A school so prestigious that unless you solved a Rubik's Cube straight out of the womb, or your family owns an emerald mine in Zambia, you have zero chance of getting in. And since it's common knowledge that anime student councils have more power than the United Nations, this group of characters are the best of the best. Geniuses among geniuses. But the line between genius and insanity is very thin. Therefore, they are also the most retarded. Welcome to Kaguya-Sama, current Guinness World Record holder for the highest average number of chromosomes in one room. We have Inomiko, meticulously lab-crafted to realistically portray the most fatherless character humanly possible. Ishigami Yu, part-time turbo virgin, full-time giga chad. Fujiwara Chika, chaos incarnate, unholy spawn of a demon, human vessel of Satan's wrath. Has some cool moves. Kaguya Shinomiya, rich, noble and good at everything, a true genius in every aspect of life. Suffers from multiple personality disorder. And President Shirogane, poor, bad at everything, and quite frankly a waste of oxygen. He should just kill himself. Kaguya-Sama is peak romcom because unlike other romcoms that are more rom than com, or more com than rom, or neither of the two, Kaguya-Sama is world class at both, with romance only bested by the likes of Fruits Basket and comedy almost as hilarious as Me. This is your cue to like and subscribe. The reason why Kaguya-Sama manages to succeed in both ways where other anime fail is that Kaguya-Sama was built on a very solid foundation, the foundation of the story being its characters. Romance anime characters are often incredibly underwhelming. Most of the time there are like 200 different girls all catering to some kind of niche for marketability reason. In terms of backstory or exposition, there is no backstory. Not much is said other than the bare minimum. The guys, on the other hand, are genetically created to be the blandest, most uninteresting people imaginable. The perfect romance MC has zero hobbies and no interest at all. This way, there are more people who can project themselves onto this cardboard cutout that vaguely resembles a human life form. Comedy characters, on the other hand, are often not even characters. They exist within this weird anomaly of a setting where nothing makes sense and no one ages a second because space is distorted and time is convoluted, with the sole purpose of conveying the jokes the underpaid, unmotivated writers thought were mildly funny enough to make you blow a little more air out of your nose than is usual. I love Daily Life of High School Boys. It's my second favorite comedy anime of all time, just behind, of course, Eromanga Sensei. And yet I don't remember a single name of any character in this show. The same could be said about Grand Blue, Nichijou, or 99% of comedies out there. Kaguya-Sama, on the other hand, understands that people are inherently flawed. We hide our flaws by pretending to be something we are not, or showing only what we want to show. All of this to impress those we think we love, conveniently forgetting that they are doing the exact same thing to us. Kaguya-Sama is constantly questioning whether someone could truly love you for who you really are. People aren't born with flaws. Your mom and dad didn't write socially awkward and maidenless on your character sheet when you were born. It's something that develops through experiences. This series explains exactly why the characters act the way they do, what has happened to them to become the way they are, and what they are doing to better themselves. Ishigami had an entire arc in season 2 dedicated to explaining what he went through and how he managed to move on, only to go back to his normal ways the very next episode, because this show understands that people don't change overnight. It's a slow process. A process that can clearly be felt throughout the series. The best part is that this doesn't just apply to him only. Hayasaka, Ino, even the Emergence Girl, all of these characters and more have similar backstories and arcs waiting to be told. The official Japanese title is not Love is War. It's Kaguya-Sama wa kokurasetai, which translates to Kaguya-Sama wants to be confessed to, which is a way better fitting title in my opinion. Because the truth is that love isn't actually a war. It's just like me blaming my socioeconomic situation for my lack of noteworthy achievements. Nothing more than an excuse. Kaguya wants him to confess because she hates herself. She's unsure whether someone like him could possibly love someone like her, always wondering if she is truly special to him or if he's just nice to everyone. The president wants her to confess because he feels inferior to her in every way, eternally branded by the sight of his mother's back as she leaves with just his sister because he was not deemed smart enough. The bags under his eyes prove of the effort it took to get to this point, yet only if she confesses to him does he feel like they can live like equals. From this explanation it might look like it's a very serious show, but it's not. 90% of the time they are just fucking around and it's honestly the funniest anime ever. But they never forget about their established characters. Every joke and remark makes complete sense within their character. They don't suddenly break out of character for the sake of a throwaway joke. And it's because these characters are so well established that the series moments hit way harder than you could ever expect. This series bounces around unpredictably like a broken metronome, yet it doesn't feel random at all. The Kaguya-Sama manga is very good. The anime is great. It's probably the best anime adaptation of all time, but it's because of the characters, the foundation of this series, that a great anime turned into the best. According to MyAnimeList, which is a shit website, Rent a Girlfriend is obviously clear.